Hello beautiful people, if you are new here, my name is Jo. Today we are going to be doing the fantasy romance book tag. I saw Tori from Novel Life doing this tag, and I believe that the original creator was Hannah from Hannah Blackwell. Regardless, I will have both of their channels linked down below for you to go and check out. But without further ado, let's get on into the tag, shall we? We shall. We're gonna do it, I promise. Okay, question number 1. What book got you into fantasy romance for the first time? I think the obvious answer for this question has to be Twilight, but I am going to give a couple other answers. One that I remember very fondly was the Shiver series by Maggie Stiefvater. I'm sure that's not what the series is called. I can't really remember what exactly it was about. All I know is that it was werewolf shifters. Obviously, I was Team Jacob in my Twilight phase, so I wanted more werewolves. And another series was Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick, which I do believe had a little bit of a resurgence over on Book Talk. Like semi-recently, I saw a couple people posting about it. I loved that series. It's about a fallen angel. That's all I know about it. Question number 2. If you could pick one fantasy world to move to for the rest of your life, which would you move to? This one I had a little bit of trouble with because the obvious answer is Valaris, but I don't want to be obvious. So I chose the Zodiac Academy series, but with an anecdote. I want to be one of the nameless nobodies in the background who is not a part of anything that is going on in the series. I don't want to be on either side of anything. I don't want to be a part of anything, but I would love to attend Zodiac Academy with all of the Fae and be in one of like the little order groups and things like that, learning my magic and shifting and doing all sorts of cool stuff, but not a part of the book series. I don't want to be in that plot because Lord have mercy, is it painful for everyone involved. Question number 3. If you could marry one bookish hero or heroine, who would it be? And this one has to be Cassian from the ACOTAR series. I absolutely love Cassian. He does not take your shit. I am a Cassian girly. I love him so much. Question number 4. If you could be one fantasy creature / magical being, what would you be? You know what? I would be a shifter. 100%. I would want to be something cool as fuck, like a dragon or something, to be able to shift into some sort of animal and flap off into the wind. I think that would be so cool. Question number 5. If you could kill one fantasy romance character, who would you off? Aedion from the Throne of Glass series. All he does is whine and cause problems for everyone else in the series who actually do shit. I cannot stand Aedion, and I would kill him off and not even blink. Question number 6. What fantasy romance character do you truly believe would be your IRL best friend? I have a tie between Evie and Clara Savoy from the Stay a Spell series. Evie has the kind of nerd aspect, and I love her personality so much. I think she's so much fun. And Clara is just such a genuinely nice person. She just genuinely cares about people and wants them to feel good and be happy. Also, Clara's into romance books, so we could chit-chat. We could chit-chat about romance. It would be great. Question number 7. What would be your fantasy weapon of choice? I would absolutely choose the bow and arrow, and I'm not sure if it's my trauma from my Hunger Games era as a middle schooler, but my Katniss Everdeen era never ended, apparently. I would absolutely choose the bow and arrow because number 1, it's cool as fuck. Number 2, it's probably the only thing that I could physically do. I can't put 2 feet in front of the other without tripping, so we're gonna go bow and arrow. I can stand on the tower and shoot shit. I think that would be great. And obviously, if there's a huge army coming, I'm bound to hit someone, right? Question number 8. Who is the sexiest fantasy romance character of all time? And again, I'm going Throne of Glass. I'm going with Lorcan. Lorcan is my man, and we were robbed. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna say anything, but we were robbed. Sarah J. Maas left us naked and afraid in the streets of Terrasen, and I am still not happy about it. Question number 9. Pick one fantasy romance book to burn. For this one, I'm choosing Lover Revealed by J.R. Ward. I think this is the 4th book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. This is Butch and Marissa's book. I absolutely hated the way that she took Butch's character, and Marissa was such a wet noodle. She was so painfully boring, and I just hated it. Question number 10. You can choose one fantasy romance book. It's the only book you will ever be able to read again. What is it? It has to be Akamath. It's appropriate for every mood that I'm in. If I'm sad and I want to cry, Akamath. If I'm happy, Akamath. If I'm ready to slay my demons, Akamath. If I am on a feminist kick and I want to kick some misogynistic ass, Akamath. It's great for all moods, and Akamath, yes. And question number 11, if you could recommend one fantasy romance book to a reader that was new to the genre and wanted to try it out, what book would it be? I have 3. I know the question said 1, but I feel like fantasy romance, there's a lot of different ways that you could go into it. If you are more of a fantasy forward reader, you read a lot of YA fantasy, maybe even you read a lot of adult high fantasy, I would definitely recommend the War of Lost Hearts series by Carissa Broadbent. This is a very fantasy forward fantasy romance series that I really enjoyed. The romance is sort of like a subplot, and then there's a lot of political action and adventure things going on for the majority of the books, but they're really, really good. If you're more of a contemporary reader, I would definitely recommend the Stay a Spell series. I try to recommend these books in every single video. It's a lot of fun. Juliet Cross has really accessible writing. There's not a huge amount of fantastical details that you need to rack your brain about. It's just a lot of fun and really heartwarming at times. If you want something a little bit more gritty, not necessarily dark, but with a little bit more violence and chaos, the Four Horsemen series by Laura Thalassa, the first one being Pestilence. This is a kind of post-apocalyptic end of the world series in which the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse have come down to kind of end humanity. And question number 12 is tag some friends. You guys are all of my friends, so I'm gonna tag all of you. But that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you next time.